Yo, Axel, what is good? Merry Christmas Eve to
What's
you. How are you,
good?
man?
Christmas Eve. Hello, man. Merry Christmas to everybody listening. Merry Christmas to Daniel. What is up?
What are you doing, man? You're working?
Not working right now. I'm free time. What
It
about you?
doesn't look like free time to me, man. You got the
Hey, I'm the
outfit on.
boss. I do what I want.
The boss has got a new mic. Welcome, new mic.
Thank you. Your camera
Great.
as
The new,
well.
the new haircut too. I wish I could get a
Yeah.
haircut over here, but there are no barbers currently available until
Check out the line.
the middle of January.
Check out the line. You see the line? You feel it?
That's called a part in the United States, but I'm not in the United States, so I cannot speak.
Okay, but do you like the line? You see the line?
I like the line. It looks good.
All right, let's get to today's topic. We got a very interesting one.
Okay, so we're gonna give some feedback. Let me go ahead and screen share what we got for today. Looks kind of wild.
Sure.
Let me read it out loud because
Read it out loud.
oh great, it's kind of small, kind of tiny, but let's go for it.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, can you
Go
read
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Can you read it, please, so I can make my drink? I'm gonna make a drink.
Sure. So this is posted, I believe it was from Reddit. It says, boyfriend keeps asking me why I give good head and I don't want to tell him. Sorry for laughing. I didn't realize how effed up this was until I started typing it out. But it's actually not as bad as it sounds. We're both 18s, if that matters. It does matter because you guys are both legal. Anyway, my boyfriend and I were both technically virgins until we met each other. Well, that's good. I told him that, so he was confused when knew exactly what I was doing when I gave him head. He jokingly asked me where I learned that, and I think I just told him beginner's luck or some shit. Every time I do it now, he'll ask me some vague allusion to the question. I guess he thinks I lied about being a virgin and he has a secret lover or something. Or and had a secret lover or something. So I don't really want to tell him I was molested as a kid, and that's probably why, because that's effed up and sad, and he'll think about it every time. Kind of mood ruining, and it's very private, and I can't be bothered to deal with it. Do I lie or just keep dodging the question? I could tell him to stop asking, but that makes even more suspicious. Well, let me be. Can I go on this first, Daniel?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me just say something. I can relate a lot because I have gone through so many girlfriends that have had the same issue. It's very common nowadays to be molested, and I don't say that in a positive way. It's very negative. We live in hell, basically. So all these horrible things are happening. I think the best thing, my advice would be to tell him that you were in fact a virgin and that you did go through some molesting. It's very private, and he will think about it, but at least he won't be thinking any other negative things like that you were with someone else or that you've been watching porn or whatever. So I think the best thing is always to go with honesty. I'm not some sort of saint or anything, but I think honesty is always good in a relationship. And I'm sorry to hear that you were molested, but it seems like your boyfriend is enjoying the head. So at least something positive is going in the relationship, I guess.
All right. Excellent. Well, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was a virgin at the time of this writing, just like that guy was, I'm not gonna lie, man, I would be a little bit surprised too. I'd be like, oh my gosh, like. But then again, what does he know? He's not supposed to know what that is.
That's
She
true.
doesn't have to front. She doesn't have to be honest about anything until she feels comfortable about being honest about that.
Yeah.
What does he know? I would, if anything, if I were her, I would revert the question. How do you know how it feels like?
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, how many heads have you had?
that reverse psychology. I learned that from Axel. What do you think?
I think he's right. It's like, well, how do you know what good head feels like if we're both virgins, right? It's like, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to interrupt your story with a little bit of this stuff. I was enjoying myself some Teremana.
Nice.
What I've been enjoying today.
Terramana.
You know where
For
that's from?
you, for you and your hermana.
Absolutely not, because my hermana, my two hermanas are a little bit are way below age, and they're not gonna have a taste of that for a very long time.
Oh, our little sisters are
Yeah,
not gonna have alcohol until they're 35.
but that's
Definitely.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson's tequila, gentlemen and ladies who are listening. Anyway, yeah, jokingly, yeah, you could revert the question back, but in reality, I don't think this is a really. It is a very touchy sub. Sorry, it's a
It's a
very
very touchy subject. Let me
very.
let me let me tell you something. I have been with people with multiple people that have been molested, and they make them do stuff, and they learn to. Obviously, they from doing it so much, they learn stuff, and it is what it is. It's part of life. You got to deal with it. Your boyfriend, if he truly loves you, then that's something that he has to deal with. That's his cross that he has to carry, I guess you could say.
Yeah, man.
What do you think, Daniel? What do
You,
you would you accept something like that?
it depends. So it depends on the maturity level. When I was, I think, closer to like in the eighth grade or high school, I did have some women I would talk to, and they would tell me, "Yeah, I was molested as a child." And this sounds so rude, or this sounds, I don't want to curse or too much, but this sounds so messed up that I would think of them in some certain way. But that's because you don't know the, mm, you don't know how sensitive that topic is when you're that young. You know what I mean? Some guys might be
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you don't.
some guys might be scared, some guys might be angry, not necessarily angry at
Yeah,
their partner,
yeah, of course.
we at the fact that like, who is this guy? Like, tell me who he is. I will go find him right now. And that's how I felt. I felt like,
Yeah,
tell me who that guy is right now. I'll go
you
out.
understand me. You understand me, man. Actually, sorry, I'm interrupting you a lot, but it's just I relate to everything that you're saying. I had a partner once who was molested for like I think a year. So like the first thing that I wanted to do was hit up my contacts because I have very good contacts, very well. People that are very high up the ladder, and I was gonna hit him up, to do some investigation, find the guy, and chop him into pieces, basically for what he did. But I decided that what's that going to change? Nothing. It's not going to change what happened, and it's what the only thing that's going to change is my mind, and I'm going to become a different type of person. So I decided not to do that. Also, I think, like you said, it comes down to the maturity level. If your boyfriend's not mature enough, then he will definitely not understand. But if he is, then I'm sure that he will, because it's completely normal. It was something out of your control, and just be honest with them. It already happened. Move on. No point of going back to the past. It's all about moving forward and focusing on the unity that you guys are trying to have.
I think also just to mention, who knows? Maybe she doesn't feel comfortable doing this, specifically giving good head. You know what I mean? Like that probably brings back some memories. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
um,
Well,
she didn't necessarily say that in the discussion, but she doesn't know why she's giving good head. She's only
yeah.
giving a reason why she thinks she is doing it. So that's another conversation to have is, hey, you know what? I don't feel comfortable doing this. Let's just
Listen.
do that sex or,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. And that's a very important thing. Before I say what I'm gonna say, I just want to say every time I'm laughing, it's because it's funny to me when I hear good head. I don't know why, but it's so fucking funny to me. But
well, that's fine. Let me interrupt you real quick. That's why, like, when I sent you, no, sorry, when you sent me that post, I was like, oh man, why we gotta respond to this? And I had not read the full post. I just saw
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
post, and I'm like, geez, I
yeah.
already know what this is about.
Like every time I read good head, it's just funny to me. But this, by all means, it's not a funny subject. It's very touchy. I want to tell you something regarding what the last thing that you said. If she's not comfortable with doing it, she should not be doing it anymore. And I talked to my partner, my ex partner, before, and I told her like, hey, like, let me know what you've gone through, And if you've gone through something, then I don't want to do that with you, and I don't want you to do that. If there's anything that this person did to you that's going to remind you of him while we're doing our own sexual things, then we're not supposed to do that at all. It's not healthy.
Yeah,
That's
glad
all
you.
I got to say.
Was that something your partner pointed out at that time too, or did you make it clear that you
No,
were agreeing?
no, usually girls don't like to talk about it. So I told her, like, hey, like, just tell me what happened, if you want, if you feel comfortable with telling me, and let's, what, any type of patterns or anything that relates to what happened to you, let's not do that. And if I do anything that makes you feel uncomfortable, let me know, because it's so much. It's this whole psychological battle, right? Because they have to go through psychology. If you ever been through something like that, you need to go to therapy. You need to get some help, because you were molested, and to go from something that you were forced to do to something that's real, genuine, and real love, it's completely different. So you have to make that switch in your brain and be able to realize the difference of that. So yeah, man.
What if you're someone in my position? You know what? You tell me the news, I'm angry. I'm like, who is this guy? Where is he at? Is he still someone relevant in your life? How can I find him? Do you want me to do something about it? What would you say?
I did the same thing. I did the same thing. And you know what she said? She said, don't do anything. I don't know where this guy is. So what I would suggest is just move on, because you can't change what happened to your girl. You can only love her as much as you can. That's what people need in these cases. They need love. I
Love
mean,
him, man. That's the
especially,
perfect way to end it off. We need, hey, you know what? You need love, and yeah,
we all
just
need love.
a quick one.
Exactly, man. We'll keep things updated. If you guys have anything that you want us to talk about, leave it in the comment section below.
Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, we're gonna record another one. We'll let you guys know what's up soon. Enjoy this one, and we will talk later.
Merry Christmas, guys. Later.
Merry Christmas.